we review all things pop culture. I'm Zach.
And I'm Margaret.
And today we are going to be taking a look at the 2012 musical hit, Les Misérables.
It is a 2012 epic period musical film directed by Tom Hooper with screenplay by William Nicholson, Alain Boublil, who wrote the original French lyrics, Claude Michel Schoenberg, who wrote the music, and Herbert Kretzmer, who wrote the English lyrics. And the film is based on the 1985 West End English translation of the 1980 French musical by Boublil and Schoenberg, which itself is adapted from the 1862 French novel of the same name by Victor Hugo. And the film is a British-American venture which was distributed by Universal Pictures. And the film stars an ensemble cast led by Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe, Anne Hathaway, Eddie Redmayne, Amanda Seyfried, Helena Bonham, and Sacha Baron Cohen.
Les Misérables tells the story of Jean Valjean, played by Hugh Jackman, who is released from the Bagne of Toulon after 19 years for stealing bread for his nephew's dying son.
And the film takes place in France during the early 19th century and tells the story of Jean Valjean who, while being hunted for decades by the ruthless policeman of the name Javert, like Zach said, for stealing bread and breaking parole, agrees to care for a factory worker's daughter. And the story reaches a resolution against the background of the June Rebellion of 1832.
And while Hugh Jackman plays Jean Valjean, Javert is played by Russell Crowe, who many people unfortunately criticized Russell Crowe for his bad singing. Even though I think Russell Crowe was a great singer.
I mean, I did too. I think his singing fit perfectly. He was just, doing his own singing, and I don't know if people were expecting, professional Broadway singing, or a lot of vibrato, which isn't very good for your voice. There's different singing types and kinds. So too much vibrato with the singing is not good for your voice. So I think he was doing it very well. And so I just think that he was just kind of finding his own light, his own talent with singing, how he would, do it. So I think he did really well. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with a different style because, for example, in an anime called Aikatsu, it's about singing and dancing and competing, and it teaches that if you find your own light and not try to be like somebody else, people will appreciate you more. So in this case, Russell Crowe found his own talent, his own light, and he wasn't trying to be like any other Broadway actor, actress. So if you do it your own way, find your own talent, then you would be appreciated more. But unfortunately, he wasn't, and I wish more people could have seen it from that perspective.
In March of 2011, director Tom Hooper began negotiations to direct Les Misérables from the screenplay from the screenplay by William Nicholson. Production of the film officially began in June with Cameron Mackintosh and Working Title Films co-producing.
And principal photography began in March of 2012 with a budget of $61 million. Les Mis held its world premiere at Leicester Square in London on December 5th, 2012, and was released on December 25th, 2012 in the United States. And it grossed over $441 million worldwide and received generally positive reviews. Many critics praised the direction, production, values, and I thought the music, character settings, backgrounds, including, like I said, Russell Crowe's singing, everything was spectacular, the acting was great, and the actual Broadway show and the high school production shows are great as well. And there are a lot of great songs in Les Mis, including the opening number, Look Down,
and Hugh Jackman went on a 45-minute morning run on an empty stomach, along with going through 36 hours without water or any liquids to lose weight.
Yep, which, in my opinion, I don't think was very healthy because Les Mis is a production where you're singing constantly and there's no spoken lines, so you need a lot of water for that. So I didn't think that was very healthy in my opinion. Yep. And a fun fact, I went to North Hunterdon High School, and so when I was a senior there, we did Les Mis, and I was in it. I was a villager, and my sister, Elizabeth, she was the stage manager, and my younger brother Charlie was also in the show, and he was a freshman, which I thought was very impressive that he was able to get into that show because it's very competitive with new freshmen and high school students trying to get into the theater world and all of that. So I was in Les Mis myself, and it was such a great show, and I would love to do it again. So that was a fun show. Very difficult with the music, but worth it when, we put on the shows, and it just went so well. It's very moving, very emotional show. It's just fantastic.
And it also was nominated for quite a few awards and won several too. And I found Les Misérables to be a phenomenal movie the music is beautiful, the acting is superb, even Russell Crowe. Anne Hathaway was really good, everybody was just really good.
Everyone was just great.
So, thank you for joining us today on Pop Culture Corner. So, this is Zach.
And this is Margaret.
Signing out.